everyone, it's Daisy again, and today I'm gonna be doing a little room tour. I'm just gonna show you how I've organized their bedroom. The first thing that I'm going to show you is this DIY project that I made. It's just this love lighting, and what I used for this one is these letter cardboards that I bought at this local store. I just poked on holes on them because I used to put in some serious lights, but I decided to replace them with these fairy lights, as they were quite messy to look at and they were quite hard to move around, and I tend to move this love lighting around so many places already in the bedroom, so I like it better now. Another DIY project that I just made today, actually this morning, is this I call this the memory board, and I just used this grid that we installed this grid on the grills for our door. It was quite long, so we had to cut it, and we had this extra, so I just figured out another way to use it. So that's why I placed it in here. I just added some photos and cards, and some photos of people and memories that I treasure. So I have my family, my siblings, an old self that I'd like to go back to, and some pictures of my friends. And I still have a lot of photos lying around, and I would like to make another one of this in the near future. And this also, this card and burlap here is from a cousin's wedding invitation, and I just decided it would look nice to put it in here, especially that it has our names on it. So yeah, it looks quite nice and I love it. Here is another area that I really love. It's this tiny corner that I figured would be great for reading books, since I've added a bookcase on its side. So for this particular pillow, I really love it because it's very customizable and it's very relaxing to touch. Here you can see me just recreating our initials, and like I said, when you touch it, it's just very magical, something like that. And I just love writing on it, and here I'm just gonna show you how I wrote our initials, D and M, which is Daisyjane and Meldrick. I also added this cute little stuffed toy of a koala and some kangaroos. I think I got this from my sister, or I might have gotten it from my mom. I stole it. And I also added this cute little pillow. These are different. These dogs are different from ours. The breed, I think it's Dachshund, and ours is Chihuahua Mini Pins, but they look quite a lot like Eiffel and France in terms of color and their looks. So yeah, I love them. On our bedside table, I just added this cute Christmas tree. Our theme this year is rose gold and blush pink, so I found this cute little Christmas tree at ICM, and yeah, I have it in here. So I have a picture of Oz, and this one, it's from Daiso. I bought it in Robinson, Cebu. And this is the loudest alarm clock that I've ever had. It's in rose gold, and I bought it at ICM. On the background, I'm actually playing some Christmas songs, but you can't hear it, of course. I muted this video, but it's playing on this Bluetooth speaker. We got this from SM. When you use your SM Advantage card, you will get a big discount for buying it, and it's actually paired with this diffuser. They change lights, and you can also select the lighting that you want, but for me, I like to look at it in different colors. So here I just have some different diffuser scents. I have some eucalyptus, lavender, vanilla, and these ones we got from SM when we bought the diffuser, and the other ones we only bought it at the local mall, which is Island City Mall. This is also a favorite item. I forgot where I bought it though. Down below I just have some books, random books, but most of them are self-help and Christian books. On our bed we have this very nice bed sheet, or I think this is a comforter. It's very heavy though. We got this at the UK, which is our local ukay store in Sharabulyones, and it's still very neat and clean, and I especially love the color. The shade of pink and browns is very nice, and it's still high quality. You'll be surprised at the price because it was originally priced at 350 pesos, but we haggled and asked for a discount, and we actually ended up buying it for just 250 pesos. So it's really quite a bargain. So moving on to this corner, we just have this divider, which is a hand-me-down from my parents. We've had this since I was in high school, so a couple of years now, and I just use it for general purposes, like for storage, as well as for putting on some of these plastic drawers, for tools, as well as wires and electronics, and these are for medicines and toiletries, which I got from my mom and from the hotels that we stayed at when we traveled. You know, usual Filipino custom. We use it for when we have guests coming, and we just place it on their bathroom. So here I have my medicine kit, where I have some oils for massage, and my insulin, my tablets and ointments, and then I also have this tool for massaging your back annually. And I also have this nice ointment, massage or herbal ointment that I bought during Sandugo at ICM. And I have my blood pressure monitor as well. Here I added two white baskets for putting in some of the recent bags that I'm using, and just some beverages that I'm currently drinking, and some snacks maybe. In this area I've put in some of the gardening stuff that I'm using. I have here some pumice and some stones and pebbles that I currently use. Down below is the cage for Heaven, which is our Chihuahua Pomeranian dog, and this is also an area for Paris, our Chihuahua mini pin. And we have another area for our tiny dogs, which is at the bottom, but during nighttime we place it on the bed because they have anxiety issues, so they need to be closer to us. Right next to the divider is this cabinet. Since we've moved all of the clothes on the guest room, I just have here some of the bed sheets and curtains that we're not using, so just place them in here so that they don't get dusty that very easily. So as you can see on the space, my clothes won't fit in here, so I think it would be a good idea to use it instead for storing linens. We also use this cabinet for storing our loungewear or kind of mga pambalay na sinina, and on that drawer I place all of my husband's clothes. Here we're gonna go to the terrace. We had this installed for security purposes, especially when we travel and visit our in-laws and go out of town. And we actually forgot that we have very tiny dogs that can sneak into those gaps. So we had to add in some grids, and we just painted it black. But we also forgot that they can sneak into the other side, so we still need to add another grid to that. Another problem that we also have is the installation of the curtains, because before, when we didn't have the AC, we had the curtain rods on the perfect spot, but then we had to move it a few inches away, lower. But then we installed the grill, so right now we don't have any areas to install the curtain rod to. So I just attached it onto the grill door itself. Each panel will get to be attached to each door. So here I just have my succulents and cacti garden. I have a lot of plants in here, and I've also added some plants outside, and I've also actually installed some outdoor lighting, especially since it's Christmas. You can see that in here. And I think my plants actually love being outside. The plants outside tend to be more colorful rather than those that are inside the terrace. But here I switched out the plants that I have. I used to have some succulents in here, but most of them died, like this one here. So I just decided to replace them with these low maintenance cacti, and then I switched the places to these are the ones that I used to place on that particular what do you call it, a grid box type. But yeah, you can see that they're dying, and this one needs water, and this one too this bacularis is actually wilting, and I'm really sorry to have taken these for granted. I didn't have enough time to take care of these, but hopefully they'll survive. I'll just place them in here for a couple of days just to have some light, to give them some light. And those are my babies that I DIY'd and created myself. So yeah, this one is my favorite. It's the campfire, and it's very low maintenance. The pot itself doesn't have drainage, but it still looks very nice and still very healthy. So here it got a little bit dusted, because when we had the AC installed, all of the hollow blocks went in here, and it was quite a mess. So this is going to be the area where I'm going to be doing quiet moments when I finally have the chance to wake up early morning. And because right now I wake up at 10 a.m., 9 or 10 a.m., but I sleep 5 a.m. So that's why I really have problems waking up early. On this corner, I just have some decorations. I have Santa and this favorite Bible verse, and then I just have some angels. And I got this particular table. It has 2 layers from Unicity. It has 2 glasses, and the bottom part I use for things that cannot get wet. So that Live the Life You Have is from Lisa. And then this teapot I got from Tea Light, is from Michelle as a birthday gift. And then this Paris Eiffel Tower I got somewhere, I forgot. And then this Black Prince I got this during a sale at Lightport. It is a flowering Black Prince, but the flowers had already died. It bloomed for the longest time, and I just had to cut it off. already shown this on my newsfeed before, but this is the Amen Prayer journal. I really love this. I got this from National Bookstore. I think it was for 300 plus to 500, I forgot, but it really is very nice. You can write a lot of stuff, especially for me who loves writing and journaling. I really love it. It has different areas and sections, like a prayer list for like your family, the nation, the weak, the sick, and the hurting. And then you also have some areas for your favorite memory verses. You can also add some personal prayer list, and then, like I said, memory verses. And then you can just add some quotable quotes from your favorite inspiring authors, biblical quotes, of course. And then this is 100 things to be thankful for, which is from 1 to 100. And it really is very nice. It allows you to feel more gratitude towards different things in life that you've received and is happening in your life. Then we also have some confessions, revelations, and this is also a perfect guide for when you're doing a Bible study. They have this index where you can jot down notes for your learnings. And yeah, I really love this. And wait till you see the actual here. So this is the daily notes that you have some areas for the writing the date, scripture, and then your prayer request, adoration, confessions, thanksgiving, and answered prayers. And you can also write down when it was answered, and then you can also write in here your current prayer requests. So this is very thick. It has a lot of pages like this. I'm pretty sure it would last you for a long time. And at the end part, you can also write down notes. They have a really thick area for note taking. Actually planning to replace these messy wires with something transparent, maybe a fairy lights or a series lights which has a transparent wires or white wires. That's it for this room tour. I hope you like this video, and if you have any ideas or suggestions for any videos that you would like to watch me do, like an organization video, please let me know. Bye!